Hello, everybody. It is June 24th, which means it's day 2 of the challenge. I almost forgot because it feels like it's been a while, but I'm here to update on my challenge. So, day 2. I can talk more in depth here than on TikTok. TikTok takes a lot longer than these videos do, and I think I will keep these videos edited to the minimum and maybe not at all. Maybe on a weekend or something I'll edit some stuff in, or if something really cool happens and I want to show it. But for now, it's almost 10 p.m. and I have a final at 9 a.m. and I'd like to study for it beforehand, wake up at 6, so I'd like to go to bed right away after I upload this to YouTube, you know? So I think that's my jam. That's what I'm going for. But let's talk about my day. Let's talk about how good I did. And so I have I can even show you right here, just real quick. I have a bunch of stuff here, as you can see on my calendar. It's all colored in, and the colors mean different things. And so from my calendar, I'll tell you that out of the 8 goals I try to achieve, which is 1, have a conversation with a stranger every day, or put myself in a position that I'm uncomfortable in and get out of that comfort zone, which is more for social interactions. So today, the social interaction that I accomplished was asking my brother out for a walk. And he said no, and I kept urging him for it. I was quite determined, maybe even quite annoying, but I really wanted to have a walk with him because my dad and sister were doing it anyways, and so because I want to spend time with family. That's something I'd like before I move out of the house. So that was what I did. And then 2, the second thing I did today, which is part of the 8, is floss, which is something that from my last 365 challenge on Instagram that I've gotten very, very, very good at, and I'm very proud of it. And so I did pretty good flossing every morning, every night, which is crazy to think that it's the one thing I can always count on. I can always count on me flossing. I will be up at 3 a.m. doing God knows what on the computer or whatever, or having gone late out at night, but I will go and lay on that bed and feel like trash if I don't go back out and then floss my teeth and brush my teeth, which is amazing. That's what I want. I would like for my habits to be something where I feel worse off if I don't do them compared to if I do them. And so flossing has got to that point because it's been consistent and I've done it every day, and I feel gross if I don't do it. And I'd like to feel that way about working out, about talking to strangers and getting out of my comfort zone. I'd like to feel that way about reading books. I'd like to feel that way about taking care of myself, taking naps, or walking out in nature, and all these things. I want to take care of myself and make it the baseline. I want to make it so habitual that it's a part of me and a part of my identity, and it is harder to get rid of that habit than it would be to keep doing it. I'm not at that stage in most of my habits. I think it's only really the flossing is what I have. The third thing is eating a healthy breakfast, or just eating in general. And this is very tricky for me because a lot of the times I'll eat breakfast so late. I'll wake up I'd like to say I could wake up at 6, but today I woke up at 10 a.m. I even had a nightmare. I even dreamed I was just cruising on the highway or something. Then we had to pick a diverging path. The girl who was driving the car with us, she picked this side, and then we just fell off a cliff. It felt super real. It was crazy. I woke up startled. Like, if I hadn't woken up then, I would have died in real life. Like some Sword Art Online shiz, you know? It felt really cool because I don't often remember my dreams or have dreams that are that vivid, where they'll jar me and make me awake. And it was good. I enjoyed it, even if it was scary. But breakfast. So I wake up late at 10, and then I want to do a workout and shower because I feel gross because I stayed up so late and I feel like nasty. It's hot, it's sweaty in my room. I'm turning my fan off just so you don't hear it, but as soon as this video stops recording, I'm turning that fan on because I feel gross. And so I don't eat at a proper time. I eat at like noon or 1. And so everything, I sometimes eat at 9 p.m., which makes it harder to fall asleep, which just can make it. If I had a habit for poor sleeping and eating cycle being combined, I would be the best at it. If that was the habit I was trying to achieve, that would be ingrained in my body so far, and I would be doing a good job. But I actually want the exact opposite. So this is a very bad thing that I'm trying to work on, which is why I like to put down whenever I at least eat something. Sometimes I would barely eat. Yesterday, I ate a banana for the morning. And then at lunch, I ate a banana. And then for supper, I ate a nectarine. I had 3 fruits. That was my whole thing. I barely ate. And then when mom actually forced me, my mother, the saint she is, she tried to force me to eat more. It was lasagna or pasta or something. I didn't feel hungry. My body is not used to eating properly. And so I'd like to fix that. It'll make me fall asleep better, I imagine. It'll help regulate my sleep schedule if I eat at the right times and I have the right cycles and whatnot. It'll also make it so working out is better, so I can work out longer, so I can get stronger in general. And so that's a really important goal of mine. And I did that today. In a way, I had leftover pizza from yesterday, which pizza, reheated in a microwave, maybe not the best thing, but it was something. It wasn't just a single banana. And I had a croissant, and then actually I had another banana. And that was my breakfast. So, I added more stuff on top of the banana. So I feel good about it. Baby steps, we work our way up to things. Next was piano. And so piano, this isn't in order of how my day went. I'm just speaking. Piano was, I've hit a threshold. I've hit a ceiling that I have a hard time overcoming when it comes to skill, when it comes to repetition, because I have difficulty getting out of my comfort zone. Even for videos like this, it doesn't feel so out there, but I do learn a lot, which is why I do it. But for something like piano, which is probably the angriest I ever get, is when it's piano, because it's all me. I can't blame anything else or be like, oh, my environment, oh, COVID did this. It's me and my dedication and my persistence and my technical ability, which I can practice, and my studying and my time taken beforehand and all of these things. It's all me. It is all myself. So when I fail, when I miss a wrong note, or when I stop at a certain part, I feel bad. I feel super down. And I don't like how that feels. And it's unfortunate, but it's how it is, which is why I'd like to practice piano every day. And I enjoy putting on a performance for people. That's why I like doing these YouTube videos, and I like doing the TikToks and the YouTubes of the past. Is I always liked entertaining people and putting like my heart and soul into something, or at least some amount of dedication and effort, and then seeing that be rewarded, basically. I was also a drama kid. I love doing a play. I put so much. I worked harder on that drama play than anything I've ever worked on in my entire life. And I felt good about it because we did great. And people applauded us and we won awards and stuff. Yeah. So that's how I feel about piano. I feel like piano is my ultimate challenge, equivalent to, like, let's say, running, because running is all about your mental and all about not letting your spirit break down, because mind over matter. And that's what piano feels like for me. But it also has the additional component where my fingers are often not dexterous enough or nimble enough to be able to do what I want, which sucks, but it's what I have. And so those are the things I did today. On top of working out, when I work out, I like to do a little jig. I like to dance around to wake myself up in the mornings, which is why I like to do gym in the mornings, is because it's hard, because it's probably the thing I like the least. But I find it necessary, and I'd like to be able to enjoy it. But something I've learned by watching people like Atrioc, if you know who that is that you often won't like something when you suck at it, but you suck at everything when you first start. So that can create a paradox where you never want to start anything new, which makes it so you never go out of your comfort zone. You stick to what you know, very conservative-minded thinking and very narrow-minded view of living. And so what I'd like to do is get good at something, which is why I'd like to work out, so I can make it habitual, and I can also be good at it. I can be good at waking up, going downstairs, and start lifting weights and dancing and stuff. So I'm not good at dancing. If you were to take me on a competition or on the dance floor or even in a bar, I wouldn't be amazing, okay? I'm not astounding as a dancer, but I feel like I can move my hips and at least move my fingers, and so that's enough for me. And so I can get good at that, which leads into getting good at working out, which leads to the habit I want to have developed. And if you get good at something, which the habit will eventually make you better at it and make you feel confident in it. If you get good at something, then you like it, which creates another cycle. A lot about cycles here. I think they're very important. Which creates another cycle where you're now good at it and you want to do even more, and then you get better at it and you like it more. And so that's why I think even if I don't like working out right now, if I stick through it, eventually I'll like it more. And it's stuff you gotta tough out and do it. And so the last two things I did was, one, I'm reading this book, which is The 100-Year-Old Man Who Climbed Out of the Window and Disappeared, which I've seen a lot of people talk about it. I borrowed this from my grandma, and it was very different than I've expected. There's been a lot more just casual murder than I thought. Spoiler alert, but I think that's more intriguing. And I like the backstory a lot. So I took some time to read that, which I didn't do yesterday. Yesterday was not the best day for me. And so even though I woke up at 10 a.m. today, I actually accomplished a lot more, which is surprising in a way, because I always felt like I had to wake up at 6, and if my morning wasn't off to a good start, then my whole day was off to, the rest of the day was going to be off all right. But if it starts off bad, it's not going to get better. It's not like I have more energy in the afternoon. But it turns out that's not the way the world works, or that I work, or humans work, is that you don't need to start it off great, and you can work through it, and you can stay disciplined. And I did. I woke up, and I started my day off strong, that's true, but there were also slumps where I would just sit here and text people and message a bunch of people, which I enjoyed, don't get me wrong. I felt really good. One of the things I appreciated, so on to the section where I talk about what I'm grateful for. The things I appreciated were the people who were texting me and talking to me. And a lot of them were friends, but a lot of them are people who I'm not that close to, who I've never met in person, who I've just messaged randomly online through Instagram and such, and we've had a few back and forths, but they would compliment me on the TikToks or just on other things, or it doesn't have to be a compliment, it doesn't have to be all about me, but just in general, they tell me some good news about their life even, and it gets me excited, or they talk about their day, and it's super cool. One of my math classmates was helping their aunt give birth to someone, and that was super cool. It was just interesting, and so I enjoyed it a lot, and so that's what I was grateful for, was I have the opportunity to feel good and talk to people, and I'm very grateful for that. I think people are super cool. And so the other thing I didn't mention was I took the walk with my brother, sister, and father. Actually, I did mention it. Okay, moving on. I won't edit this out. I don't have time to edit. I want to go to bed. So we'll just leave it as it is, as raw as it can be. And so for the section where I like to improve tomorrow by learning from today, I think, as I was just saying, I did spend too much time on my phone. And in big part for that is I'm somewhat addicted to TikTok right now. It is difficult to avoid looking at what my view count is and who follows me and who messaged me on TikTok. It was bad enough when I hit Instagram, and Snapchat was kind of whatever. It doesn't really matter. I've done a good job at staying away from that. But Snapchat, bad, get rid of it. But Instagram, oh my god, dude, already crazy. But I've gotten good at it. But I'll ignore people in the process. But then TikTok, because it's this whole new thing. I'm very excited about it because I feel good about the things I'm making. I actually feel very proud, and I put a lot of effort into it. But by consequence, because I'm investing so much of my time and self and worth into this, it means I spend a lot of time on it. But the amount I spend on it doesn't necessarily equate to I am worth more because I spend more time scrolling through and checking my view count. It shouldn't be that way, but I think that's the way that my mind is working as of now because I'm brand new to it, and technologies and social media in general is really good at doing that to our minds. So, but I have power to go over that, although it takes willpower, which is quite difficult. But yeah, so what I would improve on, because of that problem, I need a solution to it. That was my biggest problem today. other than not studying for math, which I did some, but my final's tomorrow, so what can you do? Because of that big problem, I would like my solution to be, let's limit our time on the phone and just on the computer and internet in general. And so how do I do that is, on my phone now, I will have a timer. Every time I pick up my phone, boom, I put on that timer, and I will limit it. I think I'll do it for 10 minutes. And so I can only have 10-minute sessions. Anytime this alarm goes off, after the 10 minutes is up, I have to turn off the alarm, throw my phone away onto the bed, and exit the room. And then I have to do something. And maybe I could use another timer for that. But maybe just the standing up and leaving my room and having the phone not in my hand, maybe I'll like walk around or like read a book and go on the couch and talk to my family or something like that. Crazy idea, I know. But I think that's a step in the right direction. Even if it doesn't solve everything instantly, I'm attempting to solve a problem that I've noticed I have. An addiction. The start of an addiction, at the very least. And so I think that's going to work. And that's my goal. And that's what I'm going to try to accomplish. So, thank you very much for listening. If you enjoy listening to this, make sure you hit the like button or subscribe. I have very little viewers for this, but I'm going to try staying consistent because I actually do have ideas I'm very excited for, both on TikTok and YouTube. And though I don't have the process and the means to make this video or this series as quality as I would like it to, I also have to understand for myself that there are other things in life that I have to prioritize. Because if all I do is just make stuff, I cannot receive anything. If all I do is give, I cannot take. If all I do is produce, I cannot consume, which is usually the opposite problem that people of my generation are having. In Gen Z, I'm 21 years old, which, is kind of mid-range for Gen Z. It's fine. But most people consume too much and don't make anything or produce anything with their lives. But recently, I felt so good. I've had that eureka moment in my head from the Backyardigans where I just feel like, yes, I have so many things I want to do. I have projects I want to make and show myself to the world. But there's also too much of that is a bad thing. And I don't necessarily need to take in technology and social media, but at least take in the fact that I have connections with my friends and my family and I can hang out with people in person. And that this social media thing that I'm very proud of and spending a lot of time into is only a portion of my life. And if this were to crumble away, I would still have all of these parts. And so that's also another thing I'm trying to learn and do my best in. So thank you very much for listening. Have a good day.